I told you, once again, I'm right.
Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Good afternoon, it's Pastor Marty, and welcome to the Afternoon Drive. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Once you are, smack the bell, click the word all. That will give you notification to my rants, my ravings, my undeniably flawless reasonings. Please like and share this video. It's the only way that we get the word out that we're here. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of the Afternoon Drive. I told you, just like I was right about Mike Pence, and I've been proven right again. Yes, the guy that truly was the inside traitor to the Trump administration, Mike Pence. Newsmax is reporting that Mike Pence and a group of his supporters are behind a lobbying effort to try to overthrow the nomination of Robert Kennedy Jr. to Health and Human Services Secretary. Surprise, surprise, the guy that worked with Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates before becoming the VP had traveled the world with those guys, lecturing on the need for mass inoculation and vaccination. Had some type of an outbreak pandemic in the state of Indiana, to which he had Dr. Fauci oversee it, so that when the plandemic that was designed to take out our economy and the Trump administration happened right here, Donald Trump, not knowing any better, turned to his vice president and said, hey, you've been through something like this. I'm going to make you point man. And who did point man put on point? Dr. Anthony Fauci. And now, despite the blanket pardons given out by Obama Biden on his way out the door, Mike didn't get one, by the way, he doesn't want a guy like Robert Kennedy Jr. looking into everything from the vaccinations to the fact that we have a food industry that makes us sick, so that a pharma industry can sustain us and kind of keep us alive. I warned you, Mike Pence was the enemy within.
Meanwhile,
well, I've been proven right about something else. I said that these California fires, despite the fact that we know Democrats are absolutely inept at being able to manage crises, they can't. They've been so busy with their environmentalist whack job policies that they have in California that, up in North California, they destroyed the economy because they basically put most of the logging industry out of business over owls. Spotted owls who are now, being preserved. We have to preserve the spotted owl. And what's happening? The screech owls are killing the spotted owls, because now that there's more of them, the screech owls don't like it, so they're killing the spotted owls. See, this is what happens when man thinks he can get in the middle of nature and fix the natural order of things. This is why we have transmania nonsense insanity going on. Listen. Hormone blockers are good things for kids going through puberty. What could possibly go wrong? So we know that California is completely mismanaged, especially by the environmental whack jobs, which is why, they weren't trimming back their brush and clearing the forests and making natural fire breaks, so that what happened 2 weeks ago wouldn't have happened to the severity it did. But then we just see the fact that you let a 111 million gallon reservoir go empty, the one that fed the fire hydrants for Palisades Pacific, where you actually needed to put the fires out. And I said, there is ineptness there by the willing stooges who are just part of the movement, but the behind closed doors decision makers, and Gavin Newsom tipped his hand when he said that he was on the phone with the governor of Hawaii, and he was all happy doing that little day. I've been on the phone with the governor in Hawaii, and we're going to talk about, letting developers in here. That was the key. The fires in Maui were on purpose to get rid of the poor people who live there and open up that land and those beautiful vistas to the wealthy elite who wanted their own private section of Hawaii. Now in California, they're talking about, hey, you know what? Since most of the people that lived in these neighborhoods were middle class, poor, they have no insurance and they can't afford to rebuild these houses. We're going to let developers come in. I told you that 2 weeks ago. They would let developers come in to build high-end housing and high-end luxury apartments so that they could raise the tax revenue. It was a new scheme to get their hands on money for a state that is hemorrhaging money and bankrupt. And once again, boys and girls, Pastor Marty has been proven correct.
Well, they're going to start relaxing the regulations. Well, here, let's listen.
But the most interesting element of my conversation with Mr. Giacoletti was when he talked about the possibility of, as we start rebuilding, starting to relax some of the zoning laws, especially in a more working class neighborhood like Altadena, so that rather than putting up single family residences, especially on parcels where people might not have the wherewithal to rebuild at all, we allow developers to start putting up duplexes and apartments. In other words, increasing density, but also increasing more housing.
So, by the way, is that guy's hair made out of yarn? Anyway,
I was going to ask the same question.
It looks like his hair is made out of yarn. I've never seen someone with that thick of hair, but he does. But anyway, getting back to the point. So Altadena, so now they're relaxing zoning so they can put up apartment buildings in one of the most beautiful single-family residential neighborhoods I've ever seen in the world.
Yeah, Altadena, more like Gazadena.
They're going to relax the zoning laws. It's cool, man. But build whatever you want. You know, we're chill about you turning this quiet farming town into a cold East War Germany.
Yeah, please do brutalism. That's my favorite. Wait, he was saying that as no, oh my God. He was saying that he's not exposing a thing. He's saying this as a positive?
Yes.
He's saying that they can increase density.
Isn't that great?
I thought this was like a guy exposing. Oh man.
Well, watch, listen. Well, he does kind of say it here. Listen to this, Kurt. Here he goes.
Right.
It just feels grossly opportunistic, whether we're talking about the developers or rezoning an area that people wanted to live in because it wasn't a high density area.
Yeah, that's why people wanted to live there, because it wasn't a high density area. It's a single family, a home community, and it was beautiful. That's why people want to live there. Now they want to build apartment buildings. Here we go. Watch. So she's right. It feels grossly opportunistic. Yes, it does. Let's watch.
Speaking with one housing analyst earlier, and I put the question to him. I said, quite simply, is this capitalism pure and simple, or is it heartless greed? The answer, yes.
The mayor of Los Angeles is a dimwit, and Donald Trump exposed her to the world when he visited California. The governor of California, he's corrupt. He surrounds himself with incompetence so that his corruption has cover. These fires happened on purpose. Allegedly.